Hey, welcome back to Matt's Playground. Today we'll be solving problems again for the fourth time. 5 problems. And I have a riddle. Um, why was the baby raspberry crying? I think this one's pretty popular, so you should know the answer. And if you don't, it's alright, you'll know it at the end of this. Okay, first question. Rectangles, um, rectangles R1 and R2 and squares S1, S2, and S3 shown below combine to form a rectangle that is 322 units wide and 2020 units high. What is the side length of S2 in units? Okay, so 300. So S1 plus S2 plus S3 is equal to 3322, and S1 plus S3 minus S2 is equal to 2020. So we have equation 1 and equation 2, not that we really need to give numbers. And we subtract this, so the sign is a positive, it's negative now. That equals positive. So, negative S1 and S1, positive S3, negative S3. So we get left with 2S2 is equal to 0, 3, 1, 0, 3, 2. So S2 is equal to 6, 5, 1. Yay! Second question now. How many factors of 2020 have more than 3 factors? As an example, 12 has 6 factors, namely 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. So, I guess it's time to prime factorize. So, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 0, 2, 5, 0, 5, 5, 1, 0, 1. Alright, prime factorizing all done, we can write this as 2 to the power 2 times 5 to the power 1 times 101 to the power 1. Okay, so now we need to know the number of factors, right? So we're gonna do 2 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 times 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 3 times 2 times 2, so 4 times 3, which is 12. Now, how many factors out of these 12 factors have less than 3 factors? 1, 2, 1, 2, 5, and 101. Now, how many factors out of these 12 factors have exactly 3 factors? Just 4. So we have 5 factors in total. 5 factors of 2020 have less than or equal to 3 factors. So then we have 12 minus 5, which is equal to 7. And that's how many factors, how can I say this? That's how many factors of 2020 have more than 3 factors. Alright, I don't know what you call these questions, call these types of questions, but I have a fun name for them. Factors of factors. All right, now that we've finished our factors of factors question, let's move on to the third question. Now we're even closer to finding out what the answer of the riddle is. So, if 2 to the power x is equal to 3, what is the value of 32 to the power 3x plus 2? Okay, so since we know that 2 to the power x is equal to 3, we're going to try to turn this into a power of 2. So, 2 to the power 5 to the power 3x plus 2, right? This is equal to 2 to the power 15x plus 10. So, what can we do over here? All right, so this is equal to 2 to the power 15x times 2 to the power 10. So we know that 2 to the power x is 3. So we can rewrite this as 2 to the power x to the power 15 times 2 to the power 10, which is equal to 3 to the power 15 times 2 to the power 10. There we go. Fourth question. Simplify root 12 plus root 12 plus root 12 plus root 12 and so on. This goes on till infinity. Alright, which means it never ends, of course. Okay, so now we can call this whole sum x. So x is equal to plus this plus this, so on. So on still, sorry, infinity. That wasn't a really good one. Okay, and I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, so where were we? Yes, so x squared is equal to 12 plus, we're not going to write this whole thing down since it goes on till infinity. We're going to write 12 plus x because this root 12 cancels out. So we get only 1/12 and the rest is x. So x squared is equal to 12 plus x. And now let's take 12 plus x onto this side so we can solve this like a quadratic. X squared minus 12 minus x is equal to 0. So x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 12 is equal to 0. So now what can we do? Yes, factor. So x times x minus 4 is equal to, I'm going to rewrite that. I didn't mean equal to. So x times x minus 4 plus 3 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted. Okay, back up here. So x minus 4 times x plus 3 is equal to 0. So either x is equal to 4 or x is equal to negative 3. And obviously, this whole thing can't be negative, it has to be positive. So we know that x has to be equal to 4. Last question, and then we know why the baby raspberry was crying. I'm pretty sure raspberries can't cry, which is why it's called a riddle. Simplify 15 divided by 2 plus 15 divided by 2 plus 15 plus divided by 2 plus 15. All right, this looks like one of the questions we did before. It wasn't the factor of factors. Yes, the last one, the root 12. So we're gonna do this similarly. So x is equal to 15 divided by 2. 15 divided by 2. 15. So on. Yes. So yes. So this little part over here is repeating. So x is equal to 15 divided by 2 plus x, right? Then now let's multiply both sides by 2 plus x. We get x squared plus 2x is equal to 15. So if x is 1, then it would be 1 plus 2, which is, as we all know, definitely not 15. And then if x is 2, we get 4 plus 8, which is pretty close, but not 15. Now if we have x is equal to 3, we get 9 plus 6, which is 15. So x is equal to 3. No need to solve it all. Yes, as for our riddle, so I'm gonna draw it to make it a bit funny. So here's our little raspberry. The top. Okay, so here's a raspberry, and she's crying. Wah, 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 wah. Here, tears. All right. Why? So I'm gonna say the riddle again. Why was the baby raspberry crying? Because her mom and dad were in a jam. Get it? Like in a jam, like the raspberry jams we eat. But in real life, if you're gonna talk about real life, why was the little raspberry crying? Because her parents were stuck in the car type of jam. So for real life, it should be the car type of jam. But here's another jam you're stuck in, and this is the jam her parents are stuck in. So why did the baby raspberry cry? Because because her family was stuck in a jam. I'd be so sad if my family were stuck in a jam. Not that people make human jams anyway. Bears might. Thank God I've never seen a bear before. See you next time.